My name is James Williams Jr. This is co-fab number 2. This is not a PSA. This video is important though. Alright, so we're here in Charlottesville, Virginia. Where I live, where I've lived most of my life, is August the 8th. And I'm going to tell you guys, tension in the city is probably about to get real quickly bad, being this Sunday is going to be the day that begins all days. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Last year, a young lady named Heather Heyer lost her life because some vindictive little jackass drove from Ohio and plowed through a pile of people with his car, trying to be a martyr as well as a racist. We have to stop racism at its core. And at its core, racism begins with stereotypes. Okay? It does. No one wants to admit it, but it really does. Racism begins with stereotypes. And why would I say that? Because think about it. What reason, and don't say slavery, because white people were slaves too, just in case you guys didn't know that, because they failed to teach you the truth about history in classes. What reason do black people really have to hate white people? What reason do white people really have to hate black people? We all bleed red. What reason do any of us have to hate Native Americans or Asians? Why? Because it started with stereotypes. One person from each group has pissed off an entire group of people, which reflect on everyone else. Why do I say this? Why am I making this video? I'm going to tell you why I'm making this video. Because I am of black, white, and Native American descent. Bet you thought I was going to say Native American descent first, right? I had to add that because I didn't want people to keep telling me I deny my black heritage, which I do not. I just don't always accept my black heritage when black people do something incredibly fucking stupid. Alright? Now, as long as I'm breathing, I know that I ain't never going to be a white man. That's metaphysically impossible. And all the bleach in the world ain't gonna make me no damn lighter. And besides that, I like my nice brown tone. Just to get that out of the way. But here's the thing. When one black person does something, it affects all black people. But a lot of us don't want to catch that bullet. We want to try and live above that. And that's fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with living above that. The problem is, the rest of society doesn't think that that's an idea. Or proof of concept that we're not all the same. Because some stereotype, some typical dumb jackass who didn't have a good education or was doing something because they were hungry. None of that shit comes into play. No one thinks, well, maybe the guy was hungry and he needed something to eat, so he decided to rob a bank. Unfortunately, he ran into one of those yippee-ki-yay-yahoo motherfuckers that had a job to do. So now we got a race war. And why do we have a race war? We got one guy trying to feed his family. He's black. He's broken into a store. We have the guy who works at the store. It's his job to keep the store safe. He's got a job to do too. But point of views have been twisted, perspective has been broken, and now we got a shootout. Where the black guy, dumbass, kills the cop. Bet y'all thought that was going to work out the other way, didn't you? No. But see, this is how these things happen. The cop on duty has a kid. The kid sees the black guy, kills the cop, runs off with the booty to go feed his family. Crime's never solved. You feel the scenario? White kid grows up to be a cop, but he doesn't like black people. So, he doesn't become a cop, he becomes the cop. Highest cop in the land, outside of government officers that are the Secret Service, is the sheriff. So now, he bumps into an old black man. He has no idea that 25 years ago, he killed this cop's daddy. But I know kids. And most kids will never forget the face of someone who has brought harm to them or their parent. Now that black man was a young man, about the same age as his daddy. He's lived with regret for all of his life. He straightened up his life, became a businessman, got a decent job, started his own business. Him and his sons, they're lucrative, they're doing well. And this cop remembers him, pulls him over for a routine traffic stop. Cop kills the black man. No one's there. There's no car camera. There's nothing. But the cop has a conversation. Not with this damn thing that just broke, but with that black man. And he says, I remember you. And the cop doesn't remember that the kid was there. I mean, the criminal doesn't remember that the kid was there. He never saw him. He had tunnel vision. All he knew was that he had to feed his kids. Why am I telling you this bullshit story that does not exist, that did not happen? Because this is how hatred begins. This is how stereotypes begin. This is how things go from bad to worse in a New York minute. So the cop starts questioning the old guy. The old guy's too old to defend himself. He doesn't have a weapon. The weapon he used to shoot the sheriff, he got rid of. Not too long after he did it, he sank it. Nobody ever found it. But that kid went through the academy growing up hating black people. That kid went through graduate school growing up hating black people. He never had black friends. He didn't date the hot black chick. He only wanted that badge to get revenge on the one person that fucked him out of his life. A black man. Things come full circle. So he catches the black man. The black man confesses. I didn't mean to kill your daddy. I had to get out of there. I needed to feed my family. White cop's 40 years old now. Black man's pushing 90. White cops don't give a fuck. You killed my daddy, motherfucker. Not you killed my daddy, nigger. You killed my daddy, motherfucker. What's the difference? Nigger, motherfucker. No difference. The difference is that this white cop wants to kill this black man. In this time period, there's no dash cams. So we're going to say this happened in the 30s and the 40s when dash cams was not a thing. When basically you had money, you could be a cop. So he lays the old man down. Old man has Thanksgiving dinner in the car. Sheriff drives off. No witnesses. Next day, the family calls. The daddy's missing. 2 days later, the body's found. Now he's got a mystery. Sheriff lives on. He has a fairly lucrative life. He has a couple of kids. His grandkids and that old man he killed grandkids are now dating. Sheriff is on his deathbed. His grandson is half black and half white. Changed the grandfather's perspective on colored people. So he's regretting that shit. The grandson of the man he killed is dating his granddaughter. The brand new grandson opened this guy's eyes. So on his deathbed, he writes a dying declaration. He don't know that black family was the family of the man that killed his daddy and who he killed. But this is how the world works. And this is why we need to stop and breathe and take a chance on peace amongst people. Now let me explain this to you why I came up with this bullshit ass story. I'm good at telling stories. I like them. I don't like telling lies, but I have an imagination from hell. I need a job. But that's only like a third of the reason why I told the story. I told the story for a simple reason. We live in a world where people like me do exist. Mixed people. There's not enough movies about stuff like this. So I figured I'd give you a little sample. Now, on his dying declaration, the son of the man he killed, who's looking at him and he's older than him, he reads the letter. Dude done died. He looks at his grandson and he looks at that man who just died, his granddaughter, who are married with the great-grandson. Y'all get where I'm going. I got that little twisted just in case you're up to speed. Anyway, the point is, the black man who reads that just realized this guy killed his father. He can't seek revenge because that child just gave him a grandson too. What would it do? The war must end. So he looks across at the closest kin to him. He looks at her, and he got the letter, and she asks him what to say. He gives the letter to her mother, because they're the same age. They walk in the hallway and have a talk. They both decide it would be best if nobody knows. They burn the letter. Family lives in peace. Why? Because it's the right thing to do? Because it stops the war? Because it stops a problem from continuing on. It stops a family feud from becoming the Hatfield and McCoys, although they probably were related and didn't know it. Alright? No one really knows the whole truth about the Hatfields and the McCoys, but the Hatfields and the fucking McCoys. And I don't really give a shit. But I tell you this little bullshit story from the fantasy world for a reason. When I was in my 20s, I was accused of being a Charlottesville serial rapist. And why was I accused of being a Charlottesville serial rapist? Because I'm colored. I didn't have the same build. I didn't have the same height. But some asshole did something to some lady over in Willoughby, and I happened to be wearing Nautica jeans and a Nautica shirt. Which, by the way, was a jacket, excuse me. It was a shirt too, but I've never worn another Nautica product after that shit. It's the worst experience of my life. Walking up the street, I got this movie in my hand called Fallen Dragons. I just got it back from Sundance, and Sundance pretty much gave me the finger. I also sent the movie to a local studio, who told me they didn't do kung fu movies. Now, that being left aside, I'm walking to go tell my partner that we done got a rejection letter from Sundance, which is not something to be thrilled about, but it kinda is, because it was like my first movie. I'm like, yes! I got rejected by Sundance. I'm on my way. Now I just gotta improve. So they pulled me over. Told me I fit the description. They said, what were you doing at 7:30 this morning? And I said, you don't want me to answer that question. And they said, if you're smart, you would answer this question. It's 6 of them. I'm thinking to myself, these motherfuckers are going to shoot me. For the simple fact that I'm black. At least they think I'm black. Because all they see is a brown-skinned motherfucker. The fact that the suspect was 6 feet tall. The fact that the suspect was 240 pounds. Y'all don't see this shit here. And my highest weight was 140 when I was in the Army. I'm back to 120 now. So that should tell you something about profiling. So they're talking all this shit, and I answered the question. I said, well, if you must know, I was taking a shit. It's like, well, where were you at 7:45? I'm saying, well, since I hadn't finished taking a shit, but when I did finish taking a shit, it wasn't like I had time to talk about it because I was on the cell phone while I was taking my shit. Might have been a house phone. I don't really remember. I know it was a phone because I was talking to my friend, A-Dog. So I got up, I wiped my ass, and I jumped in the shower, which is exactly what I told him. My hair was still wet when they caught up with me. So I can't be raping a broad over in Willoughby and washing my dick at the same time. That can't be in two places. So then, these 6 ATF agents, by the way, y'all all can get the finger because you're all fucking racist, decide, hey, let's follow him. Yeah. You know, they wanted blood. They wanted niggas' blood. They didn't give a fuck what the suspect was. As long as it was a black man that went down for it, that's what they wanted. Alright? So they started talking to me. We can give you a ride where you're going. And I used to want to be a cop, so I know that the only places that cops can legally give you a ride to is the fucking police station. And to jail. These motherfuckers wanted to put a bullet in my ass. Period. Even though I was innocent. And apparently they don't know the difference between denim and cotton that the jogging suit is made out of. The suspect was wearing a blue jogging suit. Straight blue. I had on blue jeans. Nautica blue jeans. He had on a Nautica jumpsuit. So far away from each other. I had on a Nautica jacket. Again, he had on a full body Nautica jumpsuit. Both of us was wearing blue. I'm 5'3.5". The suspect's 6'4". So I guess when they were all sitting down in their cars, I looked like a fucking giant to them. And when they first pulled up on me, I was getting ready to fight. I didn't know who the fuck they were until I seen the words ATF on their damn jackets. So after I figured it out, I wasn't too worried because they're cops. They're supposed to be good guys. Well, here's the thing. Some good guys go rogue and kill innocent people. And this is why we have a distrust of cops. This is the reason why I made the video about complying. Now, these motherfuckers decide we're going to follow you wherever you go. So before I was working where I currently work, I ducked in there because I had friends in there. And I told him that the cops was following me. And I told him that if I wind up dead, y'all better come forward and tell everybody about me. I don't do drugs. I don't have a gun. I got a pocket knife in my bag, which they went through. They found all my candy and my pocket knives and all the pictures of me when I was a child. No. That's it. They were going to kill me for some shit that I didn't do. They were going to kill me because my fucking skin color was brown. Which is why I said, when your ass is brown, you're going down. That's why you need to be where there's witnesses. That's why you need to comply. Don't resist. Don't run. Do what the fuck they say. Now, if it's you one cop, make as much noise as you fucking can if you're in the dark. And don't pull over until you can get to a place with light and security cameras. Though, I know that's going to be more adrenaline fueled on the asshole that's going to get out of the car and want to beat your ass. But you tell them, look man, cops kill people like me. For fucking fun. For recreation. And if they say, no we don't, then you can say, yes they do. What's up, douchebag? I gotta stop my video.